Hey y'all, so I would normally show my face, but right now I can't even show my face at this point. So basically I'm not going to upload for a couple days, maybe even a week, cuz I got to get my mind right, cuz right now when I say my heart is hurting right now, it's like I'm really messed up behind this right here. When I was 15 years old, I told y'all about I had a crew, and for the guys that used to run with me back in the day, if I don't mention your name, then y'all already know who it is. And for the most part, the crew already know who it is because that's the only person that got 20 years for that body. So I ain't even gonna go through all of that. But anyway, so 20 years ago, when I was 15, I think about 15, one of our homeboys ended up catching a body. And because he was a juvenile, they ended up giving him 15 to 20. Well, he ended up maxing out and did his whole 20 because he kept getting flopped. And the reason why he kept getting flopped was because he was young and, hard-headed and wild and always kept getting in trouble in prison. So when he, was, man, when he was eligible for parole after 15 years, they wasn't granting him his parole because he kept acting up in prison. So anyway, so today I went to go drop my little homeboy off, and man, I went to drop my homeboy off, my little homeboy. He's 20 years old. I'm like his mentor, trying to keep him out the streets or whatever. And when I drop him off, I end up going to the gas station, and I'm coming out the gas station, and I see him. I see the guy. I see my homeboy that I haven't seen in 20 years. 20 years. Now, when he went in, he had braids. His skin was smooth. He had his youth. When I seen him today, like just now, y'all, well, it's 10 o'clock in the morning for y'all, but anyway, when I seen him, he was balding. His skin looked like he had eczema. Man, the dude was gay. Turned out. Like really gay. Like turned out. Up until now, y'all, I tell y'all about the stories about Gay Nelson and Peanut and Peaches and inmate Beyonce and all of that, but up until now, it's like it hit home because I didn't know Peanut, Peaches, and inmate Beyonce and all of them, right? Prior to, but I knew this dude, and he went from being a cool kid, literally, to 20 years later that this dude, you can tell that prison wore him out. Prison really did a toll on him. And I cried, y'all. I did, uncontrollably. I got in my truck. I didn't even get the gas. I got in my truck and just sat there and I just started crying. Cause it troubled me. It troubled me to the core. Now, I done seen all types of crazy things in life. All type of crazy things. But for some reason, it's like, I'm like, yo, what happened? So after I wiped my tears and finally got myself together. Say, here's the thing, y'all. He was standing on the side of the store, panhandling. And something was just telling me, like, Dante, get out and talk to him. Just talk to him. So I get out the car and I go over there and I'm like, hey, you remember me? And he looking at me. He like, no, I think I remember you. And I was like, nah, hold on. I said, no, I knew you about 20 years ago. You know, I'm so-and-so. And he was looking at me with this weird look. Then he was like, Dante? I said, yeah, man. He's like, bro, I ain't seen you in. And here's the crazy thing, y'all. It's like, I'm trying to hold it together when I'm telling this story, man. But it was like he went back to his childhood. And we was out here running them streets. And he just went back to that. Like all his stress and worries up until that moment ceased. Then we hugged it out. And, you know, he was like, bro, I ain't seen you in so long, man. But like, man, you look good. Like he wasn't even talking. Like his whole voice changed back to normal. And I'm like, man, what's going on? So he like, man, I just got out a week ago. I just got out. I'm like, oh, you did? He like, yeah, man, I finally, I'm home. Well, I'm somewhat home. I'm like, what you doing up here, man? He like, man, my mom died, my dad died. I ain't got nothing. I mean, this Flint is all I got, these streets. Now, I don't think, if y'all haven't comprehended what's going on right now, he lost his mama, his daddy, and he just have nobody in his corner. And when he said all he got is just Flint, the streets, he literally means that he has nowhere to go. He has no family, and the streets is literally what he got. And I'm not talking about selling drugs or anything. I'm talking about literally the streets. So I'm like, I said, you ain't in no shelter or nothing? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the shelter later on, but you know, but enough about me. How you been doing? Y'all, I didn't even want to tell him how I've been doing. I didn't even want to tell him. I just felt so bad. Just like guilty in a way, like that I'm doing good. Well, I'm not really doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm getting by. But I didn't even want to tell him, like, yeah, I'm getting by while he in that living predicament. So I'm like, bro, it's hot out here. Let's sit in the truck. So we get in my truck, right? And I'm like, well, I mean, I would say it's good to be home, good to see you, but I mean, like, what's your plan? He like, man, I don't really know, man. I just been sleeping behind the stove, and I ain't really got no plan. Then I was like, so you just did that whole 20, huh? He was like, yeah, but I gotta tell you something, bro. I'm like, what? He like, well, as you can see, surprise. I said, yeah, I figured that. He was referencing of him being, you know, gay now or whatever. I said, yeah, I see. He like, you see any other any of our other homeboys? I said, man, to be real, some of them locked up. One of them two of them done passed away, and actually 3, because my brother. And he like, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that's messed up. But so he say, well, I gotta tell you something. I said, what's up? He was like, man, I got the package. I can't say what it is on YouTube. For some reason, YouTube like the flag when people say that word. But when I say the package, I'm talking about the thing that if you don't get it treated, it mutates it to something else, and then, well, to the graveyard you go. But, you know, he was telling me like, oh, man. Listen, if there's anybody out, and I'm going to finish, but I got to say this. These kids out here. Now, when I was a juvenile, yes, I was robbing. Yes, I was doing every stupid thing that could get me sent to the graveyard or the penitentiary. But I'm here. I'm 36 years old. Thank God the streets or the prison system didn't take my life. Or worse, because what he got going on seemed like it's worse than death. Stop committing crimes, because the penitentiary is real and it's hell in there for real. My homeboy went in, man, he went in to tell me, like, at first he just felt like, you know, ain't nobody, the reason why this affected me so much, because when you grow up in Flint, Michigan, and you come from the streets of being poor and poverty, you tend to run into cats that's just like you, poor, poverty stricken, and y'all have this bond together where, you know, even though we ain't got much, but we share things amongst each other, like clothes, shoes, stuff like that. And as time go on, you know, people go to prison, people go to jail, people die and stuff like that. So whenever I see an old homie from back in the day, when I was a teenager, it's a good feeling. It's real good to see that you're still alive. It feels good to know that you're still here when you ain't in the graveyard. I haven't seen one. I told y'all not too long ago, for the people that watch every one of my videos, I seen one of my enemies that when we used to see each other, it was on sight. And the last time we ran into each other, we hugged it out, gave each other a hug, and just talked. Because so many of us didn't make it. So many of us did not make it, and it's a blessing to see somebody that you knew from the old days that's still alive. And the reason why this right here hurts so much, because this was somebody that I consider a homie. And that's why, man. So anyway, he come to tell me that at first when he was locked up, he was wilding out, putting in work, moving packs, running up on cats, doing whatever he did. He said, but in his 10th year, he said that he ain't have it in him no more. And he figured, well, I got 10 more years to go, but y'all got to understand, homeboy went in when he was about 15. And well, dude was still a virgin. He was still a virgin when he got locked up. And he said after his 10 year, he held off for so long and he just gave in. I'm not even going to go into the details of what was said. But what I'm telling y'all is, especially you young dudes out there that's teenagers, y'all better value y'all freedom. All this killing, all this drilling, all this, man, and I get it. I know y'all gonna be like, well, Dante, you did this and you did that. By the grace of Yeshua, by the grace of Jehovah, by the grace of God, I was saved, spared. My life was spared. You talking about grace and mercy? I was spared. A lot of my homeboys died. Do you know every time that I done kicked in the door or done opened up a window, there could have been somebody standing there on the other side of that door or that window that could have blew me away, and we wouldn't even be speaking. Y'all wouldn't never know who the heck Dante ever was. Just like many, 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 many of my homies that's not here today. You get these haters, right, that call my phone. You know, I put my business number out there. And you get some haters talking about, oh, you scary, Dante. You won't never be outside. You right. You are absolutely right. I am scary. Terrified. Petrified. You see, back in the 90s and the 2000s, when Flint was at his height, matter of fact, back in the 90s and the early 2000s period, all over in the hoods in America, the crime rate was high wherever you went. It was always something. Every hood was the same. Everything was popping, good and bad. I survived the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and we halfway through the 2020s, y'all. I damn near been here for 4 decades. 4 decades. So when you tell me I'm scary for not coming outside, the only thing that's outside is a bullet, a STD, a tombstone, or a jail cell. And I don't want neither one of them. Can I say that again? The only thing that's outside is a bullet, a tombstone, a STD, or a jail cell. So when you say I'm not outside, I'm not. I'm at home with my wife and my kids. Or I'm at football practice. Or I'm at the grocery store. That's literally the only thing I do out here in this world, like what my life is consists of, to keep it as quiet as it's, like my homeboy Jermaine say, as quiet as it's kept. The only thing I do is go to the grocery store, take my kids to school, pick my kids up from school, and go to football practice now. And do social media. They say a coward dies 1,000 deaths, right? But a soldier die once. I still don't understand that, because I would think that maybe you want to keep living forever. I don't know. But this what I do know. If you have a juvenile kid, boy, son, whatever, I guess teenage girls can listen to this too. I don't know. Maybe they'll get something out of this too. But for you young dudes that's out there that's committing crimes, understand that there's a place that's waiting on you. There's a place that's waiting on you. And there's men that's in there that have not lost the appetite. And well, you on the menu. A lot of you dudes don't even work out. A lot of you new dudes don't even know how to fight, because y'all so quick to go grab a gun. So how you gonna beat a man that been working out for 30, 40 years every day consistently, right? Top notch, body and shape, immaculate stamina. He can chase you all through that prison. You get tired before he do. Oh, you said you gonna get you a blade? There's foreplay. Yeah, there's foreplay. A lot of these dudes out here, y'all just don't know, man. I know, and I'm about to wrap it up. But like I said, y'all, I need some time to get myself together, because sometimes, and y'all gotta excuse me for just venting and that's carrying on, but I ain't really got nobody to talk to. I done realized that YouTube, it's like a journal to me now, where I can't even, when they say that a prophet don't have honor in his own home, for the ones that listen to me and rock with me and, hit the like button and engage in the comment section, whatever, it's like y'all is my family. For real. It's like a whole bunch of complete strangers that I never met in my life show me more love than people that's in my life, or so-called. And for the ones that be like, oh, I hate the way Donta tell his stories, and oh, his videos is fake and all this and that. So, I don't care. You entitled to your opinions. I know I'm not the best storyteller out there. I know that. But there's over 120,000 people that like the way I tell stories. And well, I'm here for a reason. Whether it's to tell y'all stories and hopefully y'all can hear them and really take it at face value and learn something from it, and don't make the same mistakes that I have made and many, many, many others. We got one life to live. Just one. And I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing for my homeboy, right? I went back in that store and I bought him a minute phone. Well, it's got unlimited minutes. I gave him a minute phone, right? And I took him to the hotel and I paid him for a room for a whole week. I said, tomorrow, I'm going to come here with some new clothes for you. And we going to go to the DMV and get your license, well, your state ID. Then we're going to go down there to the Secretary of State or the City Hall or whatever and go get your birth certificate. What I'm going to start doing, y'all, is I'm going to find out when a lot of these guys get released from prison in my area. I'm going to pick them up and let them all know, like, yo, it doesn't stop right here. This isn't the end of the road. Times has changed, but there's people out here that really do care. And I'm one of them, because I could have easily been one of these prison dudes that come home to nothing or nobody. So that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start picking these dudes up and taking them to get their license or their IDs or whatever. That's a start, right? But anyway, like I said, I might not upload for a couple days or whatever, so y'all just gonna have to hold this one down. And I'm out, y'all. If you need your business, products, or your social media channels promoted, make sure you shoot me a text at this number. My channel get over 5 million views per month, so that's a lot of eyes on your promotion. If you forgot to hit that like button, make sure you smash the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Be sure to get your Military Mind Games merch. The link will be pinned in the comment section. And last but not least, make sure y'all help me fight this war on poverty.